This is the plaintiff, Joseph Kolner. He says he moved out of his house and rented it to the defendant, and that guy's a horrible tenant. He's late on his rent every month. He hasn't been paying the water bill for 4 years. He owes $43,000 in back bills, and he's suing for the state max of $5,000 in an attempt to recoup some of his money. This is the defendant, Angel Pinero. He says the house is in such disrepair the neighbors actually think it's abandoned. The shady guy is the landlord, and the landlord's responsible for paying the water bill, not him. Why this scammer suing him for something he should be paying for is anyone's guess, and now it's up to the judge to tell him to go take a hike. He's accused of not paying his bills. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for warranty of habitability and harassment.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Joseph Kolner?
Yes,
You
Your
are
Honor.
suing your tenant. Is he still your tenant?
Yes.
Angel Pinero for $5,000 in late fees and utility payments. According to you, he owes you $46,000. You are counterclaiming against him, Mr. Pinero, $2,500 for breaching the warranty of habitability and $2,500 for harassing you. Okay, tell me what happened.
He had been a tenant, and he was a good tenant starting off with, and then later on he would pay me late every month. Then 1 month.
When's your victim?
It's a lengthy process. And
It's not that. It's very lengthy if you don't start it. You will never reach the end of it if you don't begin it.
The whole thing is I live in New Mexico, and to do a eviction, I would have to be flying back and forth.
So you prefer this? Somebody owing you $46,000?
Well,
it seems to me that it's worth the flight.
Well, part of that water bill was previously, but the bulk of it was him.
According to you, he's responsible for paying the water bill.
Yes, it's all utilities. It's on the lease that he signed.
And is he paying the water bill?
He hasn't been paying the water bill.
And so,
yes.
Where are the bills for the water going?
The bills are just being billed to me.
And what do you do? How did the tenant know to pay him? You get a bill every month, and you know that it's gone up to $46,000.
Yes, yes.
So, and what have you done to handle that in the 4 years or 5 years or 10 years you've been getting bills?
I haven't acted on it, Your Honor.
So what are you doing that you don't act on it?
I'm just dealing with other issues in my life.
Is it like, so New York doesn't turn, where is this? Staten Island. Does New York not turn off water ever?
No.
But electricity's okay to turn off.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
I had contacted the water department about shutting the water off because it's not being paid, and they said, oh, we can't do that.
Other towns shut it off.
I know, and they said they couldn't do it. I called them and asked them that, and they said they couldn't do it because there's people there.
Well, then why would you pay, or why would you? And they can't, can they foreclose against you and take your property away when the bill gets high enough?
Probably. I don't know. They haven't reached that point, and they haven't.
Right, but that point could be reached.
Yeah.
Wow. Why aren't you paying the water bill?
Because it's not my responsibility.
What's your lease say?
Nowhere on my lease does this say the water bill is my responsibility.
What does your lease say about utilities?
It says utilities, electric, and the gas.
No. I don't want you to paraphrase. I want you to read it.
Okay, this is the last effective lease. It says services. Landlord will supply heat as required by law and hot and cold water for the bathroom and kitchen sinks. Tenant must pay for all electric, gas, telephone, and other utility services.
Stop.
Used to
read that sentence again.
Okay, tenant must pay for all gas, electric, and telephone.
I'm sorry.
We didn't go far enough.
You didn't go far enough.
Okay. Tenant must pay for all electric, gas, telephone, and other utility services used in the apartment and range.
Okay, so what's the problem? Your lease clearly says you're responsible for all utilities. It says he must supply it. That means he can't cut it off. It doesn't mean he has to pay for it. It just means he must supply it. That's what the lease means. You're responsible for the water bills.
No, he never stated that.
I don't care. It's in your lease. You signed the lease. You don't get to say I didn't understand it. You signed the lease. That's what you're bound by.
Okay, also the water bill is in his name, not in mine. Mm-hmm. If it was in mine, I would pay it.
Doesn't matter whose name it is in. You're supposed to reimburse him for the water bill. Now, I have no words to describe how lazy your landlord is, that he would get $46,000 worth of water bills and never see to it that the tenant pays their water bills. That's crazy, but that's different from he's not entitled to the water bills. Now, at some point, this story goes a little deeper. You end up really wanting to collect against him, I guess, the fines, some money for the water bills and something. So you travel from where is it that you live?
New Mexico.
New Mexico?
Yes.
You need to get a representative over here. It's worth the money.
Yeah.
All right, so you travel from New Mexico to get the money from him because he says, I have money for you. How much money did he have for you?
Before I flew in, he calls me and then makes demands.
What did he say?
I got your money, but I want this from you.
What?
I want a lease, a 4-year lease, and then I want a statement saying you ain't gonna sue me civilly.
Okay.
And I flipped out. I was irate. I hung up on him. I said, how can I do this? I can't do this. And I just thought to myself, oh, how can I be able to do this without doing it? And I thought of, when I was a kid, they used to show you how you can make indivisible ink with lemon. And I said, I researched online. I found a company that had invisible pen.
Invisible ink.
Invisible. So I said, all right, if he wants that so bad, when I fly down, I said, I'll give him what he wants. I sign everything.
In invisible ink?
In invisible ink.
Oh my God, I love my litigants. Gosh, I love my litigants.
And I left.
You brought invisible ink to the table.
Yes.
To sign an agreement in order to get the money. An agreement that you have no intention of respecting because you wanted the ink to just dissipate and then you would have no proof. But then under oath, you're telling me that's what you did.
Well,
oh my gosh, I love my litigants so much.
So you want the truth, though. I'm telling you the truth.
I do. I want the truth.
So.
All right. Hold on. So he signs it. So you strong arm him into a 4-year lease. He signs the waivers. You give him $3,100.
Yes.
And then what happened? Now let me see the document for the $3,100 that, with the invisible ink. I just can't. This is my new favorite case ever. Okay. Invisible ink. God bless him, and he tells me about it.
Well, you want the truth.
Wait, it's not so invisible. What's that?
That's a burn mark. That's the way you get it to come back.
No, wait, my defendant on the invisible ink case, you went online and figured out how to get invisible ink to come back?
I had some help with some friends who...
Wait. When did you realize it was invisible ink?
About 2 days later when it disappeared.
But, so you stared at it. Why did you have occasion to look at it 2 days later? Why wasn't it just filed away? Because you're messy, you just left it. All of a sudden you look and there's no signature?
I had it on my desk.
You had it on your desk, so you look at it and I cannot. So there's no signature, and what do? Do you call him?
I try to call him. I try to text him. He does not respond.
So what did you do to make the invisible ink kind of come back as though that mattered? But go ahead, I love this. Go ahead.
Welcome back to the People's Court, Harvey Levin here. So, who typically pays the water bill?
The landlord.
Why?
It's just, I think it's what everyone's used to and what they expect. So
Yeah, but the tenant's the one that uses the water.
True.
So, what about that?
I think if it's not written in the contract, maybe the tenant gets the benefit.
Why should the tenant get the benefit if the tenant's a water guzzler?
Because the landlord is in the business of making contracts, I think, so he should be putting it in the
To
contract.
get the upper hand.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Put it in a Pyrex dish and heat it with a blowtorch.
So you just heated it up?
Yeah, it's a chemical reaction. It causes it to come back.
I don't even know what to say. I'm keeping this. Can I keep this?
No.
I am going to frame this. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Oh, Mr. Kolner.
I'm glad I can make your day.
Say it again.
I'm glad I can make your day.
You've made my year, not my day. Part of what you're suing for are late fees, fines, and utility payments up to this day that you signed this, which was what day?
August 24th.
And then he sues you on August 25th?
Yes.
Okay.
After he got his money.
Okay. Yeah, well, before you held him hostage to the money? Okay, but see,
Which he peeled out right after.
Right. See, here's the thing. although you may feel that you signed this under duress, you have candidly admitted to me that you didn't sign it under duress. You just signed it under subterfuge. You were hoping to sign it and not have to worry about it because it was disappearing ink. But my job is to determine if there's an agreement, whether it's in writing or verbal, and you've basically confessed to me that there was a verbal agreement. So even if he hadn't figured out the chemical reaction to get the disappearing ink, I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth, to come back, it would still be a valid agreement. However, have you paid the water bill since August 24th?
No, because I was never told I was supposed to pay.
Yeah, well, you are. So has the water bill. So if this was signed on August 24th, what he would be responsible for would be the water bill or any late fees or any rent or anything that happens after August 24th, because you're signing this is legal. And and you're agreeing to it spiritually is also legal. I mean, there is such a thing as a verbal contract. Good Lord above. All right. So has there been a water bill since August 24th when you signed this?
Not yet.
Okay. What is your counterclaim about for the warranty of habitability and harassment? And why is it that there's $2,100 in city fines?
You know, he used to priorly live in this house, and he has, for lack of a better term, pissed off every one of the neighbors to the point that they go up on ladders, take pictures of everything.
Well, why is there garbage to take pictures of on your property? Because this is your property that you live in, and you're supposed to maintain it. You can't have garbage lying around. So he shouldn't be getting any fines because of the mess you leave. And let me give you the advice of the lifetime. Watch him like a hawk.
Yes.
Okay? And the first city fine is a breach. And the first lack of payment of the water is a breach. And the first lack of anything is a breach. And the first day he's late is a breach. And then file your eviction and get them out. If they're costing you this kind of money, it's insanity. Utter insanity. And when and the water bill, have it changed to his address.
No problem, Your Honor.
You're not hostage. You're just ineffective. You've made yourself a hostage to the situation. All right? On your lawsuit against him, 0. And on your lawsuit against him, 0 unless you show me a water bill he hasn't paid, which hasn't happened yet because it hasn't come up. All right? Good luck. Everybody knows what they're dealing with now.
Thank you.
Well, no one wins anything in this amazing lawsuit. Mr. Colin, if you'll stand over here, please. Let me ask you really helped make the judge's day, month, probably year.
Yes.
She admitted it.
Yes.
You left her speechless.
Well,
how do you feel about that?
Well, she wanted to know the truth. I told her the truth. And there's nothing I could do. I'm not going to lie in court.
All right. You're something else. No more disappearing ink, okay?
Okay.
Quite an act. All right. You must sign some documents in legitimate ink. Out there. Okay. Come here. Mr. Pinero, you don't have any intention of paying that water bill, do you?
No, I do not.
I didn't think so.
I have no intention of paying him anything, and I'm prepared to move out.
You are?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Nice having you here. You must sign some documents, too. Harvey, quite a case. What do you think about this one?
So, you know, it's so funny. A lot of tenants just sign leases. They don't look. This is why you need to look. You need to look at at least look at the key items as you go down the list.